This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hope everybody is in good spirits today. Today's story is about the LA City Council members who blatantly are racist, okay? Neely Martinez. We're also talking about Ron Herrera, and we're talking about Kevin De Leon. These individuals were heard in a taped conversation in private, speaking racist rhetoric, speaking about another council member's son who happens to be black, and talking about how Mike Bonin, who's also a city council member, who uses his son as an accessory. These conversations were caught on a recording that's out there right now, and what I'm going to attempt to do is try to let you hear this information, probably in different reports, but I'm trying to do the best I can to get this to you, and I'll come back with my remarks. Once again, this is about anti-blackness. This is about redistricting, and during that conversation, they had racist remarks they had to say about black people, people of color, darker people. Stand by. Also want to thank the various media outlets for their contribution to the report. This is all fair use. Thank you.
All right, back now on the politics lead. The president of the Los Angeles City Council has resigned that position, the presidency, following the release of a secretly recorded conversation during which she used a vile racist slur to refer to the child of a fellow council member. This happened in a conversation about redistricting and the possible impact on communities of color. CNN's Nick Watt reports on the growing fallout from these remarks as calls intensify for her to step down from the council altogether.
Mike Bonin is an LA City Council member and father to a young black son. Last year, they went to an MLK Day parade. City Council President Neely Martinez had some issues.
It's like black and brown on this float, and then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved. The kid is bouncing off the effing walls on the float, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito.
Translation, little monkey.
They're raising him like a little white kid, which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back.
Bonin tweeted that Martinez attacked our son with horrific racist slurs and talked about her desire to physically harm him. It's vile, abhorrent, and utterly disgraceful. Bye, there were protests at her house. Today she resigned as council president. She issued this apology. In a moment of intense frustration and anger, I let the situation get the best of me, and I hold myself accountable for these comments. For that, I am sorry. Recorded nearly a year ago, the audio was posted anonymously on Reddit, first reported by the Los Angeles Times. Those present were, reports the paper, all Democrats, all Hispanic. Among them, Labor leader Ron Herrera. He's tweeted, "There is no justification and no excuse for the vile remarks made in that room, period, and I didn't step up to stop them." He did not. And when Martinez described Bonin's son as an accessory, according to the paper, he joined in.
It's an accessory. When we do the MLK parade.
Just like when
they used to have those statues in plantations.
And then when Nori brings her little yard bag or the Louis Vuitton bag,
That last voice, council member Kevin De Leon. He's got big ambitions. Ran for mayor this year and a US Senate seat in 2018. I regret appearing to condone and even contribute to certain insensitive comments, he wrote. I fell short of the expectations we set for our leaders. Now, this audio tells us a couple of things. The first is the kind of language that some politicians are happy to use when they think nobody is listening. And also, it tells us about the deep divisions amongst the left of center leaders here in Los Angeles. Now, Neely Martinez is the child of Mexican immigrants, but she says this about immigrants from the Mexican state of Oaxaca. She calls them short, little, dark people. And she says of the Cuban American district attorney here in LA, she says, F that guy. He's with the blacks. John?
All right, Nick Watt in Los Angeles.
Let's give Nick Watt a thanks for his fine reporting effort. I really appreciate that. And let's get right into it. Neely Martinez had basically a meeting with two other city council members. They were talking supposedly in private, but this was being recorded. A backdoor meeting about anti-black. That's what I call it. A backdoor meeting about anti-black. And if you think this just happens here, you're out of your mind. This is happening in boardroom meetings all over the country, okay? Okay. Basically, she has been asked to resign as a city council member. What she wants to do is resign her presidency of the council. How hypocritical. You see what I'm saying? She want to take some responsibility by backing down as a president. Okay? So they sat there and they had this conversation about Mike Bonin, another LA city council member who has a black son. And what they were saying is that the child is being used as an accessory. The child is being used as an accessory. The child is basically spoiled. He's acting like a white kid. They refer to the black child at an MLK parade being on the float, basically destroying the float. You know, he's hypertensive and all this, and Miss Neely Martinez speaks of wanting to take the child around the corner. Like, what kind of rhetoric is this? They even want to hurt black children. Okay? They want to hurt black children. These are racist remarks by council members who are all Democrat and who are all Hispanic. You have Ron Rivera, you have Kevin De Leon, and you have Neely Martinez. Okay? Look, Ron Rivera is the leader of Labor. He's a Labor leader. Okay? And he tweets out basically saying that there's no excuses for the vile remarks. He set it up. He wish he could have stopped it. All this. Look, they tweet this. They won't have a meeting. They won't get on the radio. They won't speak anything. Now think about it. A Labor leader. So he's biased. Okay? So now we understand why we look in black communities and we see other entities with contracts that black people don't even get an opportunity to see. You know, and he's gonna call. She calls a child an accessory as a black child. I guess because, you know, Mike Bonin is a white man who happens to be gay, and his son is black. So in her eyes, she sees him as an accessory. Do you see how they talk about people? Accessories. You know, here go Kevin De Leon. He's the other council member that was on the recording. And I mean, this guy ran for mayor, unit Senate seat. This guy's been all around. Racism is running rampant in the Mexican community. I mean, you talk about a black and brown coalition. I mean, they're very much showing that they're not down for no type of coalition. Okay? This is what is done behind closed doors. I mean, she goes even to say, and her own people from Oaxaca, Mexico, she calls them short, dark people and that they're ugly. I mean, what kind of rhetoric is that from a council member? Then she speaks of the Cuban American district attorney, and says that he's with the blacks. We can't go to him because he's with the blacks. They're talking about redistricting, okay, and having seats and determining what areas are going to get money and what areas are going to get. I mean, this is what you see, okay? I mean, this is exactly what you see. And this is from the brown community. So you can only imagine how it would be if it was Asian. You can only imagine how it would be if it were Indian. These people got caught. Do they regret getting caught? Oh, you bet your ass they regret getting caught, because that's the only reason why you see these apologies. This recording is from a year ago. A fucking year ago. They had nothing to say up till now until they got caught. Now they're sorry. So this is a lesson that black people ought to look at, that none of these people fuck with you. As much as you try to want to love everybody else and try to show them that you are a decent person. Hey, look at me. We're making waves. We're moving up. Hey, all the ass kissing that you do doesn't help. Okay, because they have all confided against you to get a piece of the pie, while your ass get crumbs. And if you don't think it's true, they're showing you right here. It's all out in the open. So especially for the young people, while you out here splitting your blunts and shit, and you spilling something for your dead homie, and you going around and destroying your communities. You going around, you destroying families. You want to kill people, and this is what they're doing behind your fucking back, and you don't know because you listening to rap all day. Talk about calling women bitches all fucking day long, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. Please like, subscribe, also make comments. I really appreciate it when you do that because it kind of give me emphasis on what I should be reporting. I want to thank you for your time. Also, please read the description. I have a book by Neely that breaks down all this and why they do what they do. Thank you. This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News.